Mic check real quick. Sweet. We are live. Welcome back, everybody, to the GGBL. Season 6 All-Star festivities coming at you guys here tonight. It's been a minute, feels like. Feels like it's been longer than a week since the last GGBL post. But, in fact, it hasn't been. It's been a week. It feels longer, but it's been a week. But we're back. I want to start off just by saying, of course, thank you to everybody out here that's been a part of this channel. Of course, the support for the GGBL. You guys are the real ones. You guys are the OGs of the GGBL crowd. So I very, very much appreciate you guys continuing to stop in and show support for this series. Of course, if you got players in it and you got your investment into the series that way, or of course you just like the certain teams, you want to see how they do, this is just all play. It's just all for fun, right? And that's kind of how I've always viewed the GGBL as it is. So I think going forward, I just kind of want to address the league as a whole before we jump into the All-Star stuff. And we can talk about it a little bit. Maybe you guys have some ideas. But kind of the premise of what I'm getting at here is the GGBL, I wanted to somehow find a way to monetize it, because there's a lot of work being done, and I wanted to kind of get a little bit of a return back for all the work that was done, all the logos that I paid for, right, commissioned, and of course all the hard work that's being done today by continuing to keep putting it out there. We did not reach the monetization level for this quite yet. We got to the 1,000 subscribers, but we still need some watch hours in order to get there. So it'd be nice to eventually get the channel monetized, but I don't think we're going to get there. And because I don't think we're going to get there, I feel like I want to kind of pull back a little bit on the work that's being done for the series. That's not to say that I'm not going to keep posting it once every week. Like Fridays, I feel like are GGBL days. That's not to say that I don't want that to continue to happen, but I think that the work level can be pulled back a little bit. So what I mean by that is less gameplay, more sim. We've kind of been testing the waters of that. Trying to come up with a phrase that said it's putting your toe in the water, dabbling a little bit into that mix, that realm of just doing a little bit more sim, getting to the key spots of the season. I think that's what matters the most anyway. And personally, I think that's where I've gotten in trouble with a lot of my series on my main channel, is that I get way too caught up. I love sports to the point that it almost gets a little too deep. And I think for maybe the more casual people, it just seems a little pointless, right? What's the difference between a game or a series in May versus a game or a series in July? Baseball is that kind of sport. It's long, right? 162 games, a lot of things could happen. So in baseball specifically, maybe what we do for the GGBL, we get to the highlighty points of time in the season. We get more simulation, games that matter, games that have some stake into the series or into the season, and then play it out from there. Like, find some matchups that make sense, get some gameplay there. But anyway, so long story short, I just feel like the series as it stands now, it's kind of done what it's needed to do. It's got you familiarized with the league, the players, and the storylines at play there. So moving forward, we're going to have more sim. We'll continue to do opening day gameplay. We'll do our all-star festivities, things like that, kind of get the stats updates and everything. And then we'll get our playoff push episode out. So basically, like, you can get entire season in a matter of maybe 3 weeks. Ultimately, get an entire season in a matter of 3 weeks. That's a pretty good pace, I think, because playoffs take forever. You want to make sure that you're giving every team every possible chance to win that series in gameplay before you just say, well, the sim gods will take care of you. Maybe not, right? So anyway, long story, but that's kind of how I see the series as it is. and as it's going to go forward. So let me know if you object. If there's any objections, it's kind of like a wedding. It's kind of like a wedding. Does anybody object? Does anybody object for this lifelong commitment? Because that's the lifelong commitment that we're going to pull here for the GGBL. Kind of, again, less work for me, more of a casual league. We did it for 2023, GGBL 2023, MLB The Show 23. We did it for MLB The Show 24. We're going to do it for 25. It's just another yearly cycle of another MLB game that I can't put the GGBL in. I don't feel like it does enough for a franchise. And I just feel like the work that needs to be put into the series needs to be taken a back seat a little bit. So, love the GGBL. It's my baby, but kind of need to move on from it a little bit, make it move a little faster. So if there's any objections, let me know in the comments here in the live chat. But that was about, let's see, how long have we been live here? About 6 minutes. 6 minutes, 6 minute little diatribe there to explain the route the GGBL is going to take. Not going anywhere. This is my baby. It's not going anywhere, I promise you guys. But we are going to be making it a little bit more casual. So let's go ahead and dive into the All-Star festivities. We're going to get the Home Run Derby. We're going to get the All-Star Game. And then we're also going to do the draft here as well. I believe the draft happens, I think, on the 6th, I believe. Draft in 6 days. So it can actually be on this Friday, the 7th. But either way, we will get the draft here. We don't know any of these players, but it'll be just kind of nice to see because we didn't do customs this year for Season 6. So it'd be just kind of nice to see who's who, because those players that are generational guys or those A potential guys, those are dudes you want to kind of keep your eye out for and make a mental note of as we continue to move at this faster pace in the GGBL. So we'll do that, and that'll be real quick, and we'll get into the All-Star Game and Home Run Derby and do a little trade deadline preparation. We won't actually pull off any trades, but since you guys are the OGs of the series, I would love to know, and of course, anybody that's watching this on the post stream, anybody that comes by, swings by, watches this, let me know in the comment section what type of moves do you want to see your team make. Like, I'm not committed to a certain date or time that this has got to get done. So, I mean, let's make it next Friday, right, until the next GGBL upload. But so you got a week, basically, to come up with possibly some trades that you'd like to get your team to consider. And for those of you guys in the chat here tonight, let me know. Let me know what kind of moves you think that you guys want your team to make here as well. We'll take a look at some things, what teams might be selling, what teams might be buying, right? So it's all going to be depending on the standings. But all right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into a little bit more simulation here and get to the draft. So we're going to go ahead and sim to draft day. And we see a nice little winning streak there by the Gauchos. Good series there coming up with the Gauchos and the Good Boys. Good Boys 49 wins. They continue to be one of the better teams in the GGBL. Hey, they lost 9-8. We got to see the Good Boys, man. We got to see what happened here. 3 runs in the 8th. They came back in the bottom of the 8th there by scoring 5 runs out of their 8. Holberman 1 for 3. Benny Blanco is amazing. He's so good, man. Andrew Doby's having a career resurgence there, hitting .310. Had a homer today. Good Boys, man. We just cannot lose. So let's go ahead and get into draft day. As you guys know, I do make my picks for the Richmond Good Boys. So we will go ahead and simulate this game there. We got another victory. Hey, 3-1 victory. We just win. All we do is win. That's all we do. Let's go to the draft. No, we're not going to add any prospects. We'll just skip and go straight to the MLB draft. It's the GGBL. Get it right, MLB The Show. Come on. We need our own game. That's what we need. We need our own freaking game. Who needs MLB The Show? I'm going to get stripped of all of my creator privileges for talking to these people at San Diego Studios. I'm going to get ripped for that. Who needs MLB The Show? I'll just make GGBL 25. That's what we need. Okay, so number 1 pick, we've got the Knights. That is out of nowhere. I did not expect that at all. Out of nowhere, the LA Knights picking number 1. The Nashville Heat picking number 2. Hammers 3, Revolution 4, and rounding out the top 5 would be the Oklahoma City Cyclones. How fortunate for the Cyclones. They get a Gold Series ring, and now they get picking in the top 5. Like, they missed last year, and now they get... That's just crazy. This is crazy. All right, let's go ahead and start this draft. Let's see who is being taken. Who's being taken? What do we got? LA Knights going to take this dude. Man, he's got a big lower half, doesn't he? Yeah, starting pitcher. Go figure that, right? Ronaldo Huber. Oh, Ronaldo Huber. Love that name. Gotta love it. Okay, next pick. Nashville Heat. They should probably be taking an offensive player. That's what my pick would be. Maybe a catcher? No, they will pick Rex Zimmer. Okay, he's from junior college, switch hitter. Maybe he's a two-way guy. We'll have to find out what his numbers look like. But Rex Zimmer. Ronaldo Huber and Rex Zimmer. Me personally, I like Rex's name. I haven't seen Zimmer come up in the GGBL quite yet. So, next pick, we got a little short guy. He's probably an outfielder. Yep, there we go. David Medrano. 99 potential. Man, the Hammers kind of reached a little bit potentially. He opted out of an exam, and he's rated just outside the top 30. So that they must really either like him or their scouts lied to them. Like, that's really what we're looking at here. So let's kind of take a look at these top 3 guys. See what each team is getting. Only 23% scouted. I did turn on scouting to auto because you guys know we do custom players, so there's really no need for me to offer up any analysis on that. But he doesn't look like he's a very... he doesn't have a lot of velo. Like, look at his velo levels there. The present, well below average. He's more of a control type of pitcher by the looks of it there. Walks per 9, homers per 9. Yep, hits per 9. So he'll be a guy that he's got that that Jordan Zimmerman type of feel, right? Rex Zimmer, what has he got going on here? Strikeouts. He's a strikeout pitcher. Currently sitting at 23% scouted, but 99 potential there for K per 9. Actually, the present, he's pretty good too. And not very good velo either, but yeah, he likes to strike people out. David Medrano. What's he offering here? Good contact numbers, good discipline. So he's mostly a hitter. He's got to work on the fielding a little bit, and he's a Mr. Speedster. We got another outfielder there, Juan Novoa, Andres Parra. Look at all these reaches right here. It's kind of crazy. Like, there we go. So Otto Poirier. Oh my God, these names. Otto Poirier. Jose Hinojosa. Pablo De La Cruz. Gus Dodson. John Holt. We finally got something a little normal. Clinton Hanks. Pablo Sanchez. The GOAT. Pablo Sanchez. Oh my God, the GOAT. He's there. Derek Roche. All right. We'll go ahead and skip to the good boys here pick and see what we're going to do here. All right. What else do we got? Nigel Flood. Eric Wheeler. Raymond Hong. Doug Martinez. Mills. Zeke Pip. Zeke Pip. Oh my God. Elias Batts. That's the dude we should have picked. Elias Batts. What are these names, guys? All right. So, good boys. We actually love this dude. Pedro Muriel. Wow. Opted out of a doctor exam, but his potential, we have him 100% scouted. Our closers have honestly been pretty horrendous the last couple of seasons. We do have ourselves a good closer in Gunnar Skarsgård. So I'm really happy with him. But when you're dealing with, like, when you're looking at this guy, like Pedro Muriel, like he could be right smack dab. His lowest point is a 67. He could be in the mid 70s with an A potential. I know closers are a little overrated, but his velo is there, his pitch control is there, his homers, like he could actually close out big games for us, or at least just be a guy that could be worked on for a couple seasons and then be that back end closer. However, we got this guy too. 81/99 potential Miguel Juarez. And again, he's not very high on the velo right now either. Actually, that's actually the velo's there, 94/99 speed, but it's more like the quality of the pitch, I think, that's what it's trying to say. That's probably the quality of the pitch. I don't know. I kind of like Pedro Muriel here just because he is 100% scouted. I feel good about that. But then you've also got a couple pitchers here that I know that we really need to consider some starting pitching. Let's just see what we're looking at here. So like Philip Walsh, what do we got here? Stamina is really good there. Hits per 9, K per 9, but walks per 9. That's a little dangerous. That's a little dangerous there. Control, velo, pitch break. He does have some quality pitches though. So this is gonna be a tough call, guys. This is gonna be a tough call. We've also got Belliard, another closer here. What's another pitcher? We have another starting pitcher up there. Let's see. Starting pitcher scouted. We've got, of course, Walsh is 100%. Greg Sharp. Overall is a little low. 19 years old. Yeah, he would definitely be down there. I don't know, guys. What do you think for the good boys? I know you might want to. I think you might try to sabotage me, but I'm honestly thinking between Muriel or Philip Walsh. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Sulicitas. We can get players. We're just not accepting them right now. Just FYI. Top scouted pitcher, says Sulicitas. Well, it could be Muriel or it could be Philip Walsh. What does Walsh have? What's his mix here? 4-seamer, sinker, curve, slider. Honestly, that's a pretty good mix in CPU versus CPU gameplay. That's a pretty good mix. Get a sinker to get that ground ball. 4-seamer can strike people out. Curves and sliders. Good pitch mix. Muriel. Slider is his main pitch. A 4-seam, a 12-6, and a change. Dude, this is so tough. This is tough, but it's a good place to be. It's a good place to be. You know what? I think we're going to go with Walsh. Muriel, I love him. He's going to be awesome, but I think you got to take the starting pitcher when he's available. We'll take the left-hander, Philip Walsh. We did invest in a lot of our younger players with a couple trades that we've made in the past, and I think this is going to be a good pick. Okay, now let's go ahead. Now the good boys have made their pick. We will wait for the Firebirds to round out this round one, and then we're going to go ahead and simulate the rest and see what we got. So where did they go? They went with Kevin Estrada, a center fielder, and potential's 99, only 5% scouted on our end. So, okay, let's go ahead and simulate the rest of the draft. And I just want to know where our boy here, Muriel, went. So he's going to go to the Wisconsin Maples. That will be interesting. I'm going to keep my eye out for Pedro Muriel just to kind of see how his career pans out. Okay, let's exit the draft and simulate this next game coming up. We lose 4-0, and we will go ahead and back out real quick. We're gonna turn on draft pick signings to auto and do a little save up right here. Philip Walsh, lefties are hard to find. Yes. GGBL year 6, and that way we'll have a little backup just in case something goes wrong. We don't sign people, left and right like that. Okay, guys, it's time. It's time to make your picks. So channel points up on the board. Just kind of your brief little look there at the NL All-Stars. AL All-Stars, you get a little brief look there. A lot of custom players. Actually, the entire list of AL is custom players except for Kevin Stoitz. That's kind of funny to me. Kevin Stoitz is the only non-custom player on the AL side. You got Ji-Hao, Ipman, Bellamy Bloodworth, Mazza, Cannon, Jimbo, Baker T, Aiden, Giuseppe, and then Kevin Stoitz. He's like one of the best non-custom guys in the game, man. Now, looking at, actually, everybody here for the NL is custom, except for Ira Weeks, and Aldo Ramirez. So we had 2 non-customs. GB Wallace is kind of a guy that came out of nowhere here for the NL. I'd love to see what his statistics look like. Because guys, that honestly I did not expect that. He was really talking about his kind of his anger at the. Yeah, he's hitting 315. He was getting angry at the organization not getting a chance. So now he's got this chance. 14 stolen bases, 12 homers, 44 ribs. He's a nice little player. Okay, so how do you get channel points? That was the question from Sulasitas. Basically, my friend, you'll want to do what you're doing now, is tuning into a live stream. That'll be your chance at channel points. We basically do like contests. That's kind of how this works. Pick the right team to win, pick the right player to do something, left and right. So it's kind of one of those things when you're interactive with the series, you're in the stream, you're interacting with it, you get channel points. I would track your channel points that you've earned, and then I'm putting that into an Excel file that everyone can access, everyone can look at it and see how many points you've got. Then from there, you can use those points and basically cash them in for a custom player, a rename player, a custom player all your own. You can upgrade your player that you've already got in the series, things like that. So and it doesn't just stop here at the GGBL. Like you can use those points for a Madden series or an NCAA series, so on and so forth. But let's get into the Home Run Derby participants, guys. Let's not play at Kauffman. That would be nice. Does it? What is going on here? Let's get to the. Oh yeah. We got to choose our created stadium here. So where did we go last year? Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember where we went to last year? I got to look this up. Give me 1 second here. Let's go to. And where have we been in the past? That's another piece. That's another piece that I don't remember. I know I don't want to pick the same stadium. Like I know we went to Renway. We've been to Renway. We've been to Windy City. Oof, I don't remember, guys. Do you? Wasn't it an old school one? I think we went to Forest Heights. Yeah, I think we went to Forest Heights Field. I'm looking. Hang in there with me. It's got to be right. We got Season 3 All-Star. Season 4 Podcast. I never went back to the podcast. I did that 3 months ago. Wow. Where's Season 4's All-Star stuff? Season 4 Playoff Push. Season 4 Opening Day. Season 4 Podcast. Season 4 Playoff Push. Where is the live stream? Season 4 All-Star Game. So Forest Heights was Season 3. I'm looking right at it. No, or was it? Was that Windy City? Season 3 was Forest Heights. Season 2 was Season 2 is Windy City. Oh, and Season 1 was Mallard Grounds. Pretty sure it's Mallard Grounds here. Yep, Mallard Grounds. I need to make sure I can get some confirmation here. Mallard Grounds. So maybe season 4 was Renway? I gotta check and see the stats here. We went to Wisconsin. I call for Houston, says Nova. Yeah, maybe. I don't know where season 4 went. Like, I'm going to the homepage. I'm looking at... I wonder if I just uploaded it. It's not under the live section here. You got season 6. You got season 4. Season 5. Season 4 opening day. Season 4 win and get in. Did we just skip the All-Star game? Did we just skip the All-Star game? Where's my season 4 stuff? We did opening day part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, season 4 win and get in. Because then we did live streams of the wild card round playoff push. What was under the podcast? Oh, yeah, we just skipped it. Yep, drafts in 33 days. Huh. Yeah, we might have. I think we might have skipped it, guys. All right, so with that being said, let's just make a decision on where we want to go. Season 4 playoff push. So after the podcast, we had a 2-hour... Nope. Let's see. Where were we here? Yeah, we skipped it. Okay, so we skipped the All-Star stuff in Season 4. So my question to you guys is, where do we want to go? We've been to Forest Heights. That was Season 3. We've been to Windy City. That was Season 1 or Season 2. And then we went to Mallard Grounds in Season number 1. So we got a couple options here. We got Burnside Dome. We got Twister Park. Boeing Field. Which is actually for the Philadelphia Flight. Which we never really saw them in their stadium. That's crazy. We never really saw them. We got KAJ, Kenneth Alexander Memorial, Gateway Park, Nuggets Park. Houston would be Copperhead Brewing Company. We could go to Atlanta. That'd kind of be a cool one. Is Busy Bee Honey Stadium? I kind of like Atlanta. Atlanta might be fun. We never really get to see that stadium. You know what? I'm gonna make a decision there. Let's just do that. Let's do that. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm gonna make the decision on my own. I want to see Atlanta. I want to see Atlanta Stadium. Yeah, Atlanta, let's do that. Okay, so guys, how this works is you will see, get ready for this, because when you see the list of players that are up here for the Home Run Derby, I want you to select your one side of the bracket. I want you to tell me who's your pick to win out of that side of the bracket, and do that for each side, and then who's going to win in the final round. So basically you get 3 names. I want to see 3 names. Take one guy for each side of the bracket, and then one guy to win. If that happens, get one side of the guy on the bracket here, you get 100 channel points. Same thing on the other side, 100 channel points, so potential for 200. And then whoever wins, if you get that right, you'll get an extra 300. So potentially, if you get everything right, you could win 500 channel points here right now for your Home Run Derby stuff. So we're going to have 1-minute round times just to get in and get out. Here's your list. We're going to make sure everyone is CPU'd up. And I'm going to do a little something different here. I'm actually going to control Ricky Hoberman. Since he's my guy, he's my boy, we're going to select Ricky And we're going to see how he does with me behind him. That's what's going to happen. Or do you think we should just go CPU? I kind of want to take control of Ricky and see if we can get a little spice going in this stream tonight. What's up, Dalton? Now I know you can't see the bracket, but we got some heavy-duty home run hitters. Stoitz, Mashburn, James, Levitt. He's actually the career leader in home runs. In the GGBL. 548. Don't look at this. Don't look at this, okay? Because we went back in time. Don't look at this. Just think this is like 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019. You get the picture. But he is the league's leader in home runs, career-wise. Passing the 500 home run mark. What did Sulicitas say? Or actually, Sports Game Josh. Home run derby modes don't like the user, so take over Ricky. Okay. We'll see. F it. Take over Ricky, he says. CPU or else it's going to be too OP. I'm not that good at home run derby, honestly. But if we win, I'm going to get called out on it. So let's just keep it CPU. Let's just go lame. Let's just go lame. We'll be lame. And we'll go all CPU'd out. So, guys, there is your list of 8 players. So whenever we get to see the bracket, I want to know 3 names. Who's your winner on the left? Who's your winner on the right?
To the Home Run Derby.
Side of the bracket.
8 hitters will battle head-to-head in a single elimination bracket.
It's raining in Atlanta.
The contestants will be given 1 minute to hit as many
pick.
home runs as possible.
What a pick there.
If a contestant hits 2 home runs, 400.
All right, so there's your bracket, boys. Levitt against
Mashburn.
Mashburn.
30 seconds of
Overman
bonus
against
time.
James.
Whoever
Rolo
hits
against
the most
Stoitz.
home runs will
Iman
advance
against
to the next round. Until one man is crowned champion.
Pick there and your options, but there you
Now
go.
that the rules
Here
are
we go.
clear,
It's
time for the Home Run Derby.
548 career home runs. He is a big time bopper. So for me, I think on my left side of the bracket, I'm going to go with Randall James. Yep. I'm going to go with Randall James. And then on the right-hand side, I will go with... Rolo's been good. Rolo has been really good this year. Iman would be an upset pick. Jimbo is the 2 seed. I think that I just don't see a lot of him in play. I think taking Stoitz would probably be the smart pick. But Rolo's been really good in gameplay. I think it's going to be James and Rolo. We're going to get a 4-6 matchup. So if I get those 2 right, if I get James right, I get 100. If I get Rolo right, I get another 100. And then for the finals, I will take Randall James as champion. If I get that right, that's 300. That's your bracket. Game audio is loud. Thank you for letting me know. I will move that down a little bit here. What is the audio right now? Is it the hold on? Is that better? Yeah, I just looked at OBS and it was... So Call of Duty, I was doing a lot of Call of Duty streaming. And it's just real quiet. But then when you get into sports games, it gets really loud. And I didn't change it. So I appreciate you guys looking out there. My bad. All right. So what do we got? What are our picks here? Randall James on the left, Stoitz on the right. Eepman's going to win it all. This is crazy. Of course he did. Mashburn and Eepman with Mashburn winning. Okay. All right, I agree. Mashburn, it's Mashburn. Okay, Sulicitas likes Mashburn. Okay, here we go, guys. I think that's pretty much everybody's picks, right? Everybody's got their picks in. Make sure you guys are leaving a like. I see we got some people joining. 7 viewers in here. Make sure you guys are smashing the like button. I appreciate it. Let's get into it, boys. I just don't think Holberman's going to do it. Even with the swing changes that he's had this year, I don't think he's going to get it done. Plus, with the rain could be a factor in knocking the ball down. But I only did a minute round because we did want to get through this here fairly quick. They've got an entire all-star game to get done. Maybe we'll jump into like the 5th inning or something. See how it's going. But I know they do substitute, and I want to make sure you guys are able to see your players. But Levitt has yet to hit a home run. He's got over 500 career GGBL home runs, and he finally got one. And it was just one. He's looking at the bat like that's got the problem. It's not. Did you run out? You ran out of home runs, I guess. You ran out. You're pretty much getting eliminated there, James Levitt. So Mashburn really didn't have much competition. He hits the first one out, 420. That one's a fly ball deep, but that's gonna do it. So 2 home runs. He only took 4 swings to advance to the next round. So congratulations to Trey Mashburn. Didn't have to do a lot of work. Saved a lot of swings. So that will definitely help out all of the Mashburn people out there. Let's get to the next matchup here. We got Ricky Holberman hitting .325 this season. You can see the gray hairs are starting to pop into his beard. He's getting a lot older. The man, the myth, the legend. He's never won a Gold Series, but he's basically this league's Mike Trout, isn't he? He's basically this league's Mike Trout. Everybody loves him. Great player, but it's never been able to win the big one. There's a deep drive. Goodbye, baseball. 421. Randall James, big-time hitter. Got to find a way to maybe get, like, maybe in this type of setting here with a minute, you got to find a way to get, like, maybe 5 or 6 up on the board. And I don't really think that Holberman's going to do it quite here. He's got 20 seconds left to go. Might maybe get 2 more. If he puts some good swings on some baseballs. There you go, Ricky. Get back there off the foul pole. 373. Got to knock this one out there, though, too. Hang on. Not going to get there. They are not going to count this pitch. Could not quite get it off. So 3 home runs for Ricky Holberman, and now he's got to go up against Mr. Randall James. This dude is all power. All power. Deep center field shot, no good. Deep drive, foul. Ricky might sneak out of this. He might sneak out of this unless James gets on a roll, which he could do. He's only got 2 more to tie. That's a deep shot. See you later. 436. With about 20-plus seconds to go, he's going to get that one off the wall. That's not going to go. This one might not be able to go either. It does. It just sneaks through. No! This is crazy. It's the worst luck ever. I think it's Ricky Holberman. I think it's anything to do. If you are, it's like pain in the worst way, everybody. It's pain in the worst way. If you're associated with me in any way, you will lose with just heartbreak. You will lose in heartbreaking fashion. Like, come on. Randall James, Mr. Pure Power, he hits these little home runs that just snuck through in the rain, no less. Unbelievable. So, there you go. Randall James does advance. Ricky comes up short yet again. Brolo's got 1. This was my pick from the right-hand side of the bracket. He's now got 2. There you go. Maybe left-handers, maybe this field favors the left-handers because we had Mashburn hit a couple out that were pretty solid. Only 374. I think the lefties, man, the lefties got an advantage. 377, and that baseball's out. Brolo's got 4. Yep, he could have had 5 right there with a better swing, but so Brolo advances, and now you got Stoitz. That just feels like he's hit more than 231 home runs. You know what I mean? You've got James Leavitt here with 500 plus, and then you got Stoitz with 200. He's 300 behind. That's a lot of that's for most guys. It's an entire career. So it's kind of crazy that Stoitz trails him by that much, but you know, he's got some good years still left behind him, or in front of him, I should say, in front of him. He could easily reach that number if he continues to stay hot. And doesn't look like he's going to catch him. Only 10 seconds left. Stoitz will lose the round, everybody. So Brolo does advance. And your next matchup will be Ipman against Jimbo Crawford. So we got Mashburn and James, Brolo, or Ipman and Crawford on the bottom right-hand bracket. So Ipman's having a pretty good season. 298, 23 bombs. Again, I think the left-handers probably have a little bit of an advantage here in this ballpark. Look at that short porch, man. 376. Are you kidding me? That one might go out too. If fans are looking up, they're reaching for it. That's gone. 360. Holy cow. Ipman putting the power stroke together there. And then he got the contact stroke as well. Deep drive to right center. Not going to be enough. 20 seconds. No, not enough there for Ipman. So Jimbo only needs 3 home runs. That's kind of a lot to ask for, though, if we're watching everyone else here with only a minute. Jimbo's got 25. What I like to see is that most of these guys that are participating kind of hovering around the same amount of home runs as each other. But he's got a lot of work to do because that you see that left field, those fences are huge. 430. And then on the right-hand side, you've got, oh my God. Whoa. 400. It took him 400 on that line drive bomb. So he's got 2. Only needs 1 more left. Jimbo, you might have 1 swing left, man. 7 seconds. He pops it up. So we're going to a swing off here in this final matchup of round number 1. Okay, so there's your rules. Ties in any round are broken by a 60-second swing off. If a tie remains after the swing off, the batters will have successive 3 swing offs. Mostly these guys are getting maybe, what would you say, like maybe 10 swings? 10 swings in a minute. Ipman's already got 2 with about 15 seconds gone, so it's like every 15 seconds you get 2. It's about maybe 8 swings. Ipman's now got 2 homers, shooting for that right side. Opposite field side. There's a deep drive. Off the wall. Deep drive again. So it looks like Ipman's only going to get 2. Might have 1 more swing left. Deep drive to center. Not going to be enough. Maybe 1 swing. Oh, he just gets it off. Thank the pitcher for that one. Your teammate. But they're not going to get it done. So Jimbo has an opening. He's got an opening. He's going to start off his first swing going for 437. And then this one's got a chance. That one is gone. He ties it up. 1 more with a lot of time left. 35 seconds. That baby is off the top of the wall. Come on, Jimbo. Let's get to the next round here, bud. 17 seconds. Pulls it foul. 10 seconds left. Deep drive. That is gone. Back. Jimbo advances to the next round. So there you go. Anybody picked Jimbo Crawford, you guys are still alive. Mashburn, James, Brolo, and Crawford. We got some big boys coming up here, man. Seriously, these are some big hosses, man. So Randall James and Brolo, those are my 2 picks. Hopefully they advance. So I'm anxious to see like anybody else. Let me see. I gotta remember who you guys picked. Of course, Crazy G picked Ipman. Let's see. I don't see anybody else's picks. Okay, so Randall James. Yep. So Josh didn't get Stoitz. Stoitz got eliminated, but he did take Randall James. Sequestral took Stoitz and Mashburn. Nova took Levitt and Stoitz. Oh man, he got both of them eliminated. War Thunder took Mashburn and Ipman. So really, Mashburn was a heavy favorite here. I know he was the 1 seed, but now Randall James only has 2. So there you go. So Trey Mashburn's only got to hit 2 homers. I think he's got it. I think the left-handers have that advantage. Yeah, that one's gone. He's got 40 seconds to hit 2 more. Yeah, there you go. Oh, dang it. That's why you take the favorite. My friends. 20 seconds left. That baby is gone. Trey Mashburn will advance to the finals. You guys will get 100 channel points for taking Trey Mashburn. Congratulations. Next round, Brolo and Crawford. Brolo and Jimbo. The battle of the O's. Jimbo and Brolo. Beefy. I think of just straight up meat. Don't at me. Don't at me. 1 bomb for Brolo. Oh, he went opposite field. Wow. Dude, that's just a tank. It's a tank. Got to get to 4. Got to get to 4 there, Hans. That's not good. He takes that pitch. He's got 1 more swing. That's it. There you go. Okay, we'll take 3. We'll take 3 there, Hans. Now you just got to hope that right-hand side plays real deep for Jimbo Crawford. He only had 2 in the first round. Deep drive off the wall. Deep drive. Little short. Deep drive. It's gone. 385. Got to get it moving here, Jimbo. You're going to lose. Maybe only got 3 more swings left. That baby is going to go. Got the animation. Got the graphic. Oh, just going to be pulling a foul. Maybe 1 swing left. This could be it. It's a deep drive to center, and Brolo will be the man to advance. So your finals will be Hans Brolo and Trey Mashburn. So for those of you guys that took Mashburn on the left, you get 100. Those of you guys that took Brolo on the right, you get 100. So again, I keep track of all this inside of a Google Sheet, so I'll just get that updated by the end of the night. And again, so whoever wins, so if your guy is playing now in the finals, whoever wins is going to win 300 channel points. So my bet is on Brolo. I got to have it. I need 300 channel points, guys. Brolo's going to miss his first 2 swings. That one's gone. Again, it's interesting, right? The 2 left-handers are the guys that advanced into the final round. But Brolo, I think he's going to have to get to 5. I think these next 3 swings that he's got left in him have got to be home runs. Brolo, there you go, baby. Got to 3. Maybe possibly have 2 more swings. You got to get this one off. They do. And he pulls it foul. So 3 homers for Brolo. Or we're going to have another swing off. Could potentially have another swing off. Mashburn's got to hit 4 in a minute. Can he do it? First swing is gone. Mashburn's up. Next shot is gone. Here we go. Mashburn drives. It could be an out in game. 35 seconds. That ball is pulled foul. He might be wishing he had that swing back. That's a deep shot, and it will just be foul. Lands in the warning track. 20 seconds to go. Pops it up, and it's not going to carry enough. 10 seconds to go, and he pulls it foul. He's got one more swing. If they can get it off, and they can't get it off. Mashburn loses on a technicality. They cannot get the next pitch off. And Hans Brolo will be your champion. Congratulations for Hans Brolo. Now, I think I got to go back in the chat. I think I took Randall James to win it over Brolo, so I would not get the 300 points. So Hans Brolo is your winner. Congratulations to him. I don't think anybody picked Hans Brolo at all. I didn't even see his name in the chat. So it was an upset. The 6th seed won the home run derby against the 1 seed. Now, granted, if we had done this in another season, if we weren't trying to rush through it and get through it, probably we would have done 2-minute timer. But for the purpose of tonight's stream, gotta do it in a minute, and it does leave itself open for a lot of randomness to happen in that stream. So Sulasita says I lost 300. Well, you can't lose any channel points. Just FYI, you're not betting channel points. Just FYI, you can never lose channel points in my contests. You can only win them. But I know what you mean. You had it. It was on the tip of it was in your grasp, and you just missed it. All right, All-Star game. Let's take a look at the starting rosters, and we'll have another channel points game here to play. Not going to go in because we got to go back to the stadium, but we got a really good list of players here, guys. Big list of players. Kicks Deals will be your starter. He's a 95 overall player. Let's take a look at his stats right now. Actually, you can see him there. 11-4. He's got a 2.12 ERA. You got Shevchuk, Giovatello, Hemingway, Castaneda for San Diego, Patrick Rausch, Cortez, Perez, Lazar, Nolat, Gallo, Stevens. NL's rotation's really good. Got a couple young players here for the NL. A lot of young players, actually. Wolfgang von Dietrich, only 22 years old. Carter Williamson, 24 years old. Then you got old man Ricky Hoberman right there in the middle. Home run derby champ Hans Brolo. Akira Yoshio, 23 years old. Joey Bing, 24 years old. Ira Weeks, Aldo Ramirez, JB Wallace, he's 24. Got Trey Mashburn there on the bench. So you want to know how good that the NL is? They got that guy on the bench. A lot of speed on this roster too. Benny Rodriguez, Landon Traxler, Goro Kobayashi, Kingston Mondesir, Cash Fortuna. Really good team for the NL. I kind of like them right here. I kind of like them in this matchup, but we got to see what we're looking at on the AL side. Now, you look at that AL side, and honestly, I think they might want to, I guess for this purpose, it doesn't matter, the energy level. I don't know if the All-Star game actually affects the energy levels or not. I hope that they don't, but either way, we're going to just continue on here with the expected starters, Bloodworth against Deal. So we have Bloodworth, Clark, Michaels, McDreamy, Monroe, Killian Graham, Hoover, Hardy, Hoffman, Donnellan. I think I still, despite that top three, I'm still taking the NL's pitching. Deals, Shevchuk, Giovatello, Hemingway against guys that I've seen blow up before. I've seen Monroe struggle. He's been really dominant at times, but I've seen Monroe struggle. Michaels is a blow-up artist. Like, look at his ERA. 5.56. But Bloodworth and Clark have been really good. So, we could be surprised. Colton Cannon, Baker T. Brooks, Mario Mazza, Stoitz, Jimbo, Aiden Oliver, Nelson De La Cruz, Giuseppe, and Ekman, Ruth, Aitken, Morton, Arturo, Jupe Rana. Wow, Jupe. First-year player. He's 21 years old. He was just drafted a season ago, and now he's in the GGBL. Chucky Pinkard's on the bench, which is crazy. He's a 96 overall player, and he apparently can't even DH, so that's interesting. Tyron Rex hitting 293, still looking to be traded if the Nuggets are not having a good year, so we'll have to take a look at their record when we get done with this thing. But honestly, I mean, the AL's got a lot of power. The NL has a lot of really well-rounded hitters. They got a lot of speed. So it's going to be a battle between NL pitching and AL home run hitters. That's going to be the name of the game here in this matchup, I think. So, guys, same thing, but there will be a lot more points riding on this matchup here. We're going to do the whole game, but we're going to turn quick counts on. And I just want you guys to pick your winner. So if you pick the correct winner, you'll get 300 channel points for that winner. So we got to go back to our... where were we here? We were at Atlanta. Where is Atlanta? I just passed them. I know I did. Where are they? It's not Gateway. Busy Bee. Sorry. Busy Bee. Here we go. So we'll do broadcast, quick counts on, and it's the next day, so we'll do a little overcast. Quick counts are on, and we're ready and off, and we're ready to go, guys. So we got Bloodworth. Ooh, I gotta go back. Sorry, I can't control them. I don't want to control them. Oh, no, shoot. Dang it. Busy Bee. Broadcast, quick counts, overcast. We're good and ready to go. All right, there's your numbers. Kicks deals against Bellamy Bloodworth. Let's go. I always pick AL's sequestral, so give me the NL. Josh says I'll take two of my guys having a Gold Series win over that. I always pick NL, so give me the AL. Nova says NL wins. Yeah, Sports Gaming Josh is the stadium favored lefties. So the fun thing about like knowing that now is that if Atlanta ever gets into a Gold Series, then we know. It just favors lefties. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. All right, I'm actually going to post this into Discord. I've never really seen that screenshot before where it's got the lineups. Pretty cool. Nice little touch. I'm going to put that in the Discord so maybe people know that we're live. Appreciate that there, Nova. I saw your comment there. We're live, guys. Thank you. That was about close to an hour ago. I appreciate you there. All right, so let's get into it, boys. All-star matchup, AL versus the NL. We do have one out here on the board, but I think I'm actually going to go with the NL here in this matchup. No, you know what? No, I'm going to go with the AL. Unless they put in Satchel Michaels. If they put in Satchel Michaels, they're screwed. The AL is screwed. AL's just got a lot of big hitters. You know what? No. I'm doing the NL. NL. I'm going NL. Sorry. My vote counts. My vote counts. Get your picks in there, Vibes. Get your picks in. All right, 2-2 here to Ricky Hoberman. Struck him out. Bloodworth against Hoberman. Tough matchup. How's the audio right now? How's the volume? Could it come up a little bit, or is it good? Okay. All right, sounds good.
The designated hitter, Colton Kenneth. Batting second, the left fielder, number 21. Batting third, the second baseman, number 25.
What do we got going here? I'm back. Maz is going to ground out. Okay. So just saying in the Discord how it's kind of nice to see that both lineups are pretty much loaded with custom players. Actually, like, not just the starting 9, but the bench, the bullpen. You got so many custom players on these rosters. Back in, like, Season 1, Season 2, even a little bit of Season 3, I think there were just a little too many CPU guys. So it's kind of nice to look at these lineups and just see that they're sprinkled in. The CPU guys are a little sprinkled in. You got maybe 1 or 2, right? Just pretty cool. Just FYI, guys, so after the All-Star Game stream, after the game is done, we're going to get to the trade day, which is July 31st. And then, of course, if there's any moves that you think we should consider looking at, that, you know, biased or not, you're looking out for your team or you're not, love to get your feedback there on some potential moves that each team could make. Because we actually didn't make any moves last year, I don't believe. Or it was season 4 that we moved on from. But Bloodworth's got that knuckleball working a little bit here. He tossed that up to Yoshida. Akira Yoshida. I think it's Yoshida or Yoshida. Pop that up. Joey Bing, 2-1 pitch. Man, he's tough, dude. You get a knuckleball every now and then you get that cutter. And then he can throw a sinker. It's just like, if you can tunnel that thing, it's almost impossible to hit. He's going to get you swinging at stuff that you didn't even... like, he's going to make you think the strike zone is a lot bigger than it actually is. 3-2 pitch. Look at the knuckleball. Look at the... Like, how do you hit that? It's impossible. It comes out of his hand. It looks like it's going to be a fastball. It's got no movement. It's got no movement until the very middle. Halfway through. Halfway through. We got running fastball by Deals. He's going to strike out the big hitter, Kevin Stoitz. He's gone. Dude, Jimbo is absolutely a monster. Look how big he is. He makes the catcher look real small. Screwball. My God. These pitchers are impossible. 3 strikeouts. You got Deals and Bloodworth. And Aiden Oliver's going to pop up. We now got 2 outs. We will go to the top of the 3rd. This is why I love quick counts. Like, it takes a little bit out of the immersion a little bit. But, guys, I got to say, I love the speed of it. We can get through it a lot quicker. And now we get the next pitcher here, Spencer Clark. So I love the fact that the game knows hey, it's an all-star game. It's an exhibition game. We got to get people in and out. Speaking of in and out, I do have to take little Wrigley Pup out to go potty, don't we, buddy? Don't we? Okay. So I'll be back. I'll be in the chat here. So just, I'll see you guys in a minute. Be patient with me. I'll be back.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, Wallace.
Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
He's going.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Thank you. What do you got?
The batter, number 41.
Steal, runner.
Yep, that ball went out. He made it safe.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the National League, number 38. Leading up for the American League, the shortstop, Nelson De La Cruz.
He's out.
Batting in, the catcher, number 5.
What do we got, boys? Nothing? Jeez. I saw GB Wallace had a stolen base. Look at that, Vibes. Look at that. I told you, man. I told you. You got to trust me. Sometimes it is a long time coming, but you know what? Patience is a virtue. It really is. I know, I'm just messing with you. You were patient. You were patient. Sometimes it takes a little bit. But I do make sure all my peoples are taken care of. It's got to be fair. Your customs got to be fair. The work you put in to earn them, right? It's got to be balanced. Do little channel point upgrades, right? You got to earn it. And now he's here. He's here. Sequestral, they're all on the bench, but they're here. First score of this game will be massive. Much like children, we have our favorite customs. Ooh, don't make me say it. Don't make me say it, Matt. Sequestral, don't make me say it. I wonder which one I was. Was I the favorite? Or was I just the nuisance? Never really asked myself that question.
Now batting, number 22.
Here's a matchup. This might be the first run of the game.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Satchel against Ricky. 2 screw-ups. Which one's going to screw up more? Answer. Ricky. You are really not on Satchel's side tonight. I just wait for him, you know. There's some guys that guys like KJ, guys like Ricky Holberman, like they put up the numbers in sim. And there's a reason why you kind of get behind them a little bit, and you're waiting for something to happen for them in gameplay, and then you can comment on it and you're like, "Oh man, I'm disappointed," right? But for Satchel Michaels, he's the opposite of that. His sim numbers are awful, but then in gameplay he actually produces. It's the weirdest thing. So that's probably the most annoying piece, is that the sim version of you does nothing, and it shows in gameplay that you're bad. You're having a bad year, but somehow you're an all-star with a 5.52 ERA. He's an all-star. That's why I'm on this guy's case. Sequestral says, "I'm the middle child, but also we're all half brothers, so all raised in separate households." Okay, so I mean that doesn't exclude you from being a favorite. You know, that doesn't exclude you. It only excludes you halfway. If you're half brothers, would that be your... I guess we don't need to get into the personal situation with Sequestral here. You'd have to tell me. But all right, pitching has been really good so far. Shevchuk's got 1 out. 3-1 pitch here to Baker T. Brooks, representing the Washington Swamp Monsters. Rico, what is up? Changeup's going to miss outside. I believe that might be the first walk of the game. Might be the first walk of the game. Okay, so GB had a walk. Yeah, there you go. So Baker T had a walk. So 2. First walk of the game for the AL. Actually, the AL doesn't even have a hit yet. I know I did that mid-pitch, but that's kind of been a big story here. As I'm eating my children's Halloween candy. Honestly, it's the candy they can't have, so I don't feel bad. I'm saving them. It's the stuff that's not safe for him to eat. Why you made him do all the work? Good parenting, I like. Hey, all I'm doing is I'm teaching them about taxes. I'm teaching them about theft. Dad tax doesn't take care of. Yep. The candy they can't have is actually your favorites. Yep, just happens to be. Yeah. Kawinky dink. Look at this pitching performance by the NL, man. They have no hit the AL All-Stars. That's crazy. That's crazy. Speaking of Halloween candy, shout out discounted candy aisle. Oh, yeah. Shout out discounted candy aisle today. I got $40 worth of candy. That's crazy. I think what's crazier is that there was still stuff left. 75% off, yeah. Doesn't that go to show? Doesn't that go to show how a company is willing to lose out on profit just to move the product? 75% a day after Halloween. So like think about how much profit that they're actually making when you're buying it at full price. Think about how much profit that they're making when you do that. It's nuts. I never experienced Halloween in my life. What? War Thunder, what? Oh, there's a deep drive. Baker T is there. Woo! Monroe almost gave it up. Ira Weeks turned on that one and he just missed. But we remain scoreless, so it'll be up to Rocco Giavitello Jr. 8-6 this season, 2.77 ERA. Number of strikeouts in 126 innings, one short of 100. But that batting average against left-handers and right-handers really good. Does not give up a lot of hits. He's been good this year. So he's kind of like we saw in opening day action in the last episode. Striking out a ton of New Orleans swing hitters. He's going to keep that rolling this year. So Mr. Off-Speed left-hander. Got him. Look at the two-seam movement, man. He is so nasty. Rocco says vibes. Oh, family doesn't believe in Halloween. They believe it is evil. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of that stuff. I don't know, man. I've never, I'm a Christian myself. I just haven't done enough research to go down that path with it, with Halloween. I just, yeah, I get it. You're putting out those ghouls and goblins. It's I don't know, it's like you're praising death and, things that are not holy. I get that. I get that. I get why people would think that way. I would have to do a little bit more research on it before I speak on it, but because I don't know enough. I don't know enough why that thought is prevailing for a lot of folks. I'm not sure, but all right, we got a man on base here. I believe that was due to a walk. So Nelson De La Cruz will draw another walk. So the AL, they're in business here with Ipman coming up. And we know we've seen him in the GGC, the Golden Globe Classic. He is a clutch hitter, a switch hitter. So now he gets up here against a soft-tossing left-hander. Can he put a charge into this one and break this thing open here? Nothing game. Giovitello's got a bear down, and he's going to miss again. Wouldn't this be crazy if the AL wins without a hit? Wouldn't that be insane? 3-1 pitch to Ipman. Looking for a good pitch to hit, but he's going to miss another two-seamer. And Giovitello Jr. is walking a very, very thin line. 2-1 count here for Giuseppe Ferrari. You know the guy's going to love to put it in play. Makes a lot of contact. Does Ferrari. He's in a 3-1 count. A walk will bring in a run. That's crazy. 3-1 pitch. And Giovitello will give up the base hit. The no-hitter is broken up. Here comes the throw home. They might try to send two runners, but no, they will go station to station. And Giuseppe Ferrari breaks the tie open. It is 1-0. He got the pitch that he liked. It was right down the middle. And now you look, even at the fifth inning, 82% win expectancy. That's a ground ball right past Holberman. 2 runs will score. Williamson tossing this thing back into home, but Ipman scores. It is 3-0. Giovitello gives up the back-to-back hits. Ouch. Remember, I had picked the AL. It's always the opposite of what I do. Anytime anybody wants free channel points, just do the opposite of what I do, okay? Do the opposite. I had picked the AL first. I was like, I think that their offense will play. I think it's going to actually pan out. MLB The Show in Sim, they love offense. Offense, offense, offense. Doesn't matter the pitchers. At least what I've found. Hemmed and hawed, and then went back to the NL. Although the game's not over here. This, some good things might happen here for the NL. Baker T's going to be safe. I think they should probably challenge that. He looked out to me. We're going to take one look here at the show drone. I think he's out. Let's see. Yeah, he's out. He's out, man. Challenge it. But we know the CPU doesn't do that. So we got a 2-2 count here to Mario Mazza. Could really break this thing open with a grand salami. We know that Mazza does have that big-time power. He's well on his way to matching the output that he had a season ago with Columbus. 2-2 from Patrick Rausch, and he was looking to drive that thing 95 way up in his kitchen. At his eyeballs, really. Striking him out. Now it's up to Kevin Stoitz. This is absolutely huge for this game. If you could get a grand slam right here, 7-0, that's almost impossible to come back. Especially in this setting, in an all-star setting. 2-1 for Kevin Stoitz. Just missed. That would have been a big pitch to get that called your way, to get 2 strikes on a good hitter like Stoitz. Now you got to come after him. 3-1. Looking dead red on a fastball. He will walk in a run. What is going on for the NL? 4-0. Home run derby participant now. Jimbo Crawford. Ugh. War Thunder says, who's on a win streak between the AL and NL? Dude, we need to write this stuff down because I forget. Sports Gaming Josh, honestly, a walk is better than what Stoitz could do. I mean, it's like he gets the Barry Bonds treatment, for real. Like, that is probably better to do it that way than give up a big-time blast. But this one's pulled way foul. Crawford's ready for it. He's ready to do some damage. Throw him a changeup. That's what I do. 3-2 pitch. Throws him a fastball. Took it out the other way. I throw him a changeup. I mean, you can if you think you can control it. I think he's just geared up for that fastball. Throw some soft. 4-seamer. Deep drive to right field. That ball is gone. Von Dietrich looked up. It looked like he might have had a play, but Jimbo Crawford The grand slam. We were talking about it. We didn't know who it was coming from. It could come from Mazza, it could come from Stoitz, but it came from Jimbo Crawford. A grand slam. Wow. AL stakes out to an 8-0 game. Runners were moving, and like I said, guys, he was geared up for the fastball. Took it the other way. He was looking for it, just waiting on it. I guess had you thrown him a changeup, he was going to be ready to pull it. Like, the only way you're taking that fastball deep like that, outside, opposite field, is if you're looking for something soft. You don't get it, you sit back, and you take it the other way. Like, that was a beautiful, beautiful job of hitting. 8-0 AL. Wow. They started the inning without a hit. Doesn't that put it into context? That's crazy. That is crazy. So 8-0 game. I'd love to see the win percentage probability there. It's like probably 96-4. Yeah, that's nutsos. So guys, honestly, I mean, this is in simulation territory. Like 8-0 game. Like, this is in auto sim at this point. Sim out territory. We'll see what the NL can do here if they get maybe a couple runs in gameplay. If they don't, then I'm going to consider simming it. So the starters are still all in. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel like moving people around, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. Well, not the pitchers. The pitchers have been moving around, but the hitters, yeah. Hitters have not changed. Normally, so the show, I know you know the show, Rico. They love to take guys in and out, pinch hitters late in the game and stuff like that. But, yeah. We got 9 people watching. I really just don't want to get into the rigamaroo. Most people would find it boring. I don't. I like the matchups and stuff like that, but most people find it boring. Sports Game Josh, sim out if they don't score. Yep. Yep. Gives more time to talk to rosters. Yep. Talk rosters and trades, exactly. Yep. It's more like it's like 8 after 5. I'm going to go with my City League rules, my Summer City League rules. It's a mercy rule after 5. 8 after 5. Fly ball center field. Aiden Oliver's there. He'll make the catch. And they're down to pretty much their last out before sim out territory. Now watch what happens. We'll actually get into sim. NL will come back. We got to re-enter. And watch the final, like, inning or something. All right, 2-strike count here for Wolfgang von Dietrich. Devin McDreamy looking for the strikeout pretty much to finish this game up. Get into sim territory. Gonna miss inside. Two. Ooh, just missed again. Little looper, Mazza giving chase. Not going to get it. Not going to get it. Guys, make sure you're leaving a like on the stream. I highly appreciate it. If you could do that, takes 2 seconds. Minimize that live chat. Drop a like. Highly appreciate the effort there. We got a strikeout there on Williamson, and that, my friends, will pretty much do it here. Let's go ahead and do the AL side. Can I hit? Can I hit? They pitched pretty fast. They got pitch speed turned up to the max. Wow, actually put a good charge into that. Probably gonna throw me out low here, right? Low and soft. Oh, high. Wow. Okay. Jihao. Dalton's going to love this. Dalton's going to love this. Can I do something with Jihao? Nope. Ground ball. Catcher almost beat it out a couple steps. Doesn't impact the stats. Giuseppe. I kind of like playing with these guys. Oh my God, is he going to beat it out? 97 speed! Giuseppe! Yeah, yeah. Giuseppe Ferrari. Mr. Speedy Pants. Ooh, Colton Cannon swung on and missed. We're gonna try to tack on more runs. And steal a base. Watch Giuseppe here. Gone. Oh, he had it, stolen base. He had it. We're gonna go again. We're gonna go again. Right now. No! We had another bag. Alright. Oh, we got Palazzo. We gotta watch this for Rico. This is pretty much why he wanted to know why the starters were still in. This is his guy. Let's watch this at bat here before we get into Sim. I know he's gonna want to see how Mr. Rico Palazzo is doing here. 288, 13 bombs. Of course, Enrico's known as this type of hitter. He's not gonna hit a lot of home runs. Mostly just an average guy. Ground ball to Mazza will make the play. So one of his customs grounds out to another one of his customs. Look at that. I guess we got to see a Trey Mashburn at bat too. We got to see this as well. Can you get the NL on the board with a home run? We know McDreamy gives those up every now and then. Got him. McDreamy retires Mashburn, and then now we get Parveen Mira is the last hope. Honestly, I don't really care too much about Parveen Mira. So, we will go ahead and simulate. And AL All-Stars have defeated the NL All-Stars 8-0. It was a blowout. So if you guys took the AL, you will get 300 channel points. I, of course, took the NL. So I lose. Yet again. Although, you know what? I don't remember what I did. Pretty sure I took the NL. So I got to go back and watch the stream again and see. But yeah, player of the game, Jimbo. I think that was pretty obvious. Grand Slam. They're already winning in the game, but the Grand Slam really put them over the top. Rocco Giavitello only got one out in the inning, gave up the 4 earned runs. That cost him the game. You could argue that cost him the game. NL only had 3 hits. Williamson, Von Dietrich, and Aldo Ramirez. Everybody else, they were putting the ball in play. Didn't have, 9 strikeouts between all of these pinch hitters and everything. 9 strikeouts out of 27 outs. It's not terrible. But they just couldn't really do much. Put the ball in play, but a lot of weak contact. Couldn't put a good swing on. But that 5th inning is what really cost him. Giavitello Jr., Roush, the left-handers cost them the matchup. Colton Cannon, 2 ribbies. 4 ribbies for Jimbo. And Giuseppe was 2 for 3 with an RBI. He had a great game. Stolen base for Brooks. Bloodworth was pretty much unhittable tonight. He started it off with 3 strikeouts. Like, he was just dealing. The knuckleball was looking really good. And McDreamy went 4 innings to just shut the whole thing down. So I want to say good game, but it wasn't. It was a fun game for one side. Let's just call a spade a spade. But, all right, let's go ahead now, guys, and do a little bit more simming. And honestly, I kind of want to follow... I want to follow the Moonshots. They are challenging right now the Richmond Good Boys. Nuggets holding strong here at second place in the AL West. Only 5.5 back. The Maples are in the playoff picture right now. A half a game back from the Cardinals. That's kind of nuts to me. Just because we know the Maples have been really trying to get their youth going in the right direction. They've been one of those teams that we've kind of been waiting on and waiting for, but they've really figured it out this season, and they're rated middle of the pack. They're first in power. Jimbo Crawford, Dallas Blitz, Aiden Oliver, right? So they've got a really good power team. Did lose a couple pitchers in free agency this season, but the Reapers continuing to struggle. You see that. Swamp Monsters and Mallards, it'll be an interesting race, but everybody else, Pizzazz, Pittsburgh, Boston, kind of wallowing away there. Seattle's been hot, 9-1 in the last 10. Everybody else kind of middling. The Knights, 47-42, having a good year. Gauchos having a good year too. A couple games over 500. Kind of disappointing there for the Grizzlies, though. They're 6th ranked in the league, and they're 7 games under 500. So they are really underperforming. You've also got the Mighty Beavers, who continue to be a disappointment. They are 4th ranked, 1st on defense, 8th in power, 10th in pitching, and they still can't seem to find a way to get it done. Maroons, of course, in first place. So I kind of want to watch the Kansas City Monarchs and the Maroons. Moonshots. I kind of want to see what these two teams are going to do here in this little stretch. So let's do like a little 2-week sim and get a little update on that. So Miami gets a lot of wins. Look at this. They've got 2 losses since the All-Star break. They are hot. They're hot. But the Good Boys have remained steady. They still are holding on to a half-game lead over the Moonshots. And then in the Central, you got the Monarchs now tied as the Maroons are falling apart. So what have they done? Look at this. They swept Carolina, and then they won the series. Well, we got one more game, I guess. They have tied the series. They've split the series against St. Louis. So now, therefore, they're a game back. So that was a big game for them to make some headway against St. Louis. But now they get this 3-game set. Actually, 4-game set. Oof. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's sim this. Got 2 wins right there, and then a loss, and then on the 30th, another win. So they've won this series against the Maroons. The Maroons are falling apart, man. The Copperheads are on the come up. They're 9-1. Monarchs now 6-4 in their last 10. They're in first place. Good Boys still holding on strong, man. 60 wins, 6-4 in their last 10. The Moonshots are falling apart. Firebirds hanging on strong too. They are well above 500 at 63 wins. I think that's probably the most in the league. No, the Mallards, 66 wins for the Mallards. Yeah, so really we're looking at Firebirds, Mallards, Good Boys, Cardinals, the Maples. The Maples. It's happening. It's happening, everybody. Look at what they're doing. Wow. Who did they get? They had Pittsburgh sweep, split the series against Iowa. That was a little disappointing. New York, they've won a series, lost the series to Columbus, and then a sweep, a 3-game sweep over the Jacks. So they kind of had a little bit of a benefit there with an easy schedule. But upcoming, they get Richmond next. They get Orlando, who's been a disappointment. They're 46-60. Then they get another playoff team in St. Louis. They get Colorado, another playoff team in Kansas City. Vegas is shooting for the postseason. Colorado's kind of been doing nothing all year long. New Orleans should be pretty easy at 47-58. So it's kind of a mixed bag schedule there for August. I don't know, man. What are the Cardinals looking like here, too? They've got San Antonio, Chicago, Michigan, Pittsburgh, Iowa. Honestly, Columbus has a little bit easier of a month. So I would honestly expect them to kind of take control of the division yet again. Maples are just going to have to really grind this thing together, grind this thing out, come together, galvanize a little bit, gut themselves through a very, very tough August slate. I mean, when we're talking dog days of summer, can you imagine having to go out there play every single day, right? In the middle of the heat of summer, how many days do they get off? They get 1, 2, 3, 4. They get 4 days off in the month of August. So that's that's a pretty tough stretch. NL East or AL East, you got the Mallards still holding on, 66 wins. Swamp Monsters, man, think about that. They're 61-44, and yet they can't seem to find a way to catch the Michigan Mallards. Mallards are really good, guys. First in contact, fifth in power, first in pitching. That's crazy. They're really good. Emeralds 59-47, 5 games in front of the Knights. Gauchos are still hanging in there, though. They could make some noise if they find a way to get hot. Monarchs, we saw that. They're in first place. The Heat, the Copperheads, they're not out of it yet. Copperheads are 9-1 in the last 10 just to get to 500. So they're one of the hottest teams in the GGBL at this point. And then there you go. There's your stuff for the Blue Sox. So, guys, as far as trades are concerned, you know, I would look at statistics right now. I don't know how entertaining that will be for some of you if we're looking at stats. But for trades, like, I'm looking at the Sting. I'm looking at the Reapers, the Jacks, the Hammers. You know, these teams have all made trades in the past. Like, they've traded for prospects. These prospects come over. They've got good potential. They got good ratings, but they haven't really done much. They haven't found a way to make an impact. So I don't know if I really want to have these teams, like, sell the farm. You know what I mean? Or, like, get rid of really good players. Like, the Hammers are paying for this. They lost Devontae Duckworth. They had him for a couple seasons. They lost Chucky Morton. Those are some good players. But they also haven't gotten it done with the mix that they've had for a long time. Alexander King is a perfect example. He's 30 years old now. He's been playing with them since the very beginning. Very solid hitter. Could help contribute to somebody. That's the type of player that I would think about trading away. Not a guy like Steven Arturo. Like, even though, like, he's 27, he would fetch a huge value at a 91 overall. Hardesty's only 24. Rouse is 27. Good is 30. But having good hitting shortstops are very hard to find. So I kind of want to be careful about the type of players that these bad teams are moving on from. Because in the past, we've really tried to shoot for these blockbuster names, leaving these bad organizations to go somewhere else that could win a ring. But a guy like Alexander King could be perfect, a perfect type of player to move. For New York, they kind of have themselves a logjam at first base, and I've kind of tried to alleviate that issue with Freddie Foley, if you guys remember that name. They also had another player. I don't remember his name. I think it was like, no, it was not. It wasn't Aubrey Schneider. Somebody else that was in that first base mix that was. It was really tough trying to balance and get these guys playing time. But he's been since gone now. You got Duckworth over here. Zaza Weeden-Baker is looking for some playing time. He's getting blocked behind Avante. You got Bush over there. Shortstop, you got Junquan. You got Torres. Like, maybe potentially Zaza Weeden-Baker could be a guy that might be able to get moved as well. Like, a team like New York, though, they're not very good. They know that they're going to need to rely on their youth down the road. So, you know, Zaza is important. He's an important piece, and he's still pretty young at 23 years old. But at the same token, you can't wait forever. He's 23. You don't want to have this guy start his career at 25 years old. So maybe, potentially, that could be a move. Maybe they trade Duckworth away. He's been a part of so many teams. He's like he sticks with the team for like 2 years. He's there for Wisconsin for 2, technically 2.5, because he gets traded to Pittsburgh in 2025, sticks with Pittsburgh for a year, then goes out to New York for a year. Now he's still here for New York, and he could get moved again. It's like he's cancerous. He's cancerous. Everywhere that he goes, he is a loser. He's a loser. That's Duckworth for you. Boston, I think they've been a part of so many trades that I just probably don't even want to consider a move for them. Cesar Silva, that was a good move for us. Richmond really, really got out of that, didn't we? Look at what he's done since he came up. I think he's been figured out, hasn't he? It's gotten worse. Every year, Cesar Silva has gotten worse. Although he apparently is getting better. I don't know what that's about. He's getting better. But they got some old pieces there like Delman Marsh, Franz, Kapatic, Kazuhito Suzuki that they can move on from. But I don't know, guys. I just look at Boston like they're the type of team that I think probably just needs to stay home. You know, just stay home. Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are a tough situation too. Like you look at their best players are under 30 years old. Then you get Timothy Pierce, you get Liam Warren. So Keibert Romero they could trade, right? 32 years old. They don't have a lot of guys that are above 30 years old. So I don't know about San Francisco trading people away. Mighty Beavers have constantly been a part of the trade discussions every single trade deadline. I know that they're young. I know they're trying to put it together. So I'm not too sure, guys. The Swing have always been bad. They've never had a good year. Copperheads, do they lean into the fact that they've won 9 games out of the last 10? Do they make a move? Do they think that they could potentially sneak in to the wild card? Right now, they're in it. But they're only a couple games ahead of teams like the Gauchos and the Heat. The Heat are still vying for that. They lost 6 games in a row, though. So this is, if the Heat lose out in the postseason, it's completely their fault. It's completely their fault. You can see how bad that they are daytime. They're 22 and 24. They don't do well in day games. But Copperhead's only a game back. They've won 9 games out of their 10. They're only a game back. Do they lean into that or not? Let's see what the AL looks like. AL is pretty much decided, to be honest with you. I don't. Anything can happen, but I look at the list of these teams here, and I just don't know if a team like the Bandits are going to make up 9 games. They've lost 5 games in a row. They're losing cabin pressure. You got James Monroe out there. You got Kenneth Alexander Jr. out there. He's probably making a big stink with his personality. In fact, let's go ahead and look at the San Antonio Bandits and see what's going on here. So Boatwright having a good year. Ricky Piper, 20 home runs in the number 2 hole. Campos, I don't know how you hit 241 when you have those types of numbers. I don't get it. Grayson Fields having a really bad season. I mean, it's a bad year for him. 24 homers. He's hitting for a lot of home runs, a lot of power, but he's not hitting for average at all. Not at all. 30 bombs every single season. KJ having a solid year, but he's down to an 87 overall. What happened to KJ? What happened to KJ? Look at his career. 289, 44 bombs, 38, 29, 24. He is the star that never got bright. He never got bright. Wow. The book is closing on Kenneth Alexander Jr., I feel like. He had so much promise. And now he's just become a guy. He's a jag. He's just a guy. 9 years of service. Yep. That's what cost him. Yep. Even though 2, 4, 6. So there's 3 years that, for whatever reason, the show is just screwing him. years of service equals you're going to turn out to be bad. You're going to start regressing. So basically in this situation, guys, if your player is regressing, you're below a 90 overall, Portugal can come in here and he can say, I'm going to upgrade KAJ. Not during the year, but in the off season. So that's still an option for him. But KJ is starting to fade. He's starting to fade away. Just as soon as we thought that he was becoming something in GGBL 23, now he is completely turned heel, and it's not panning out for him. His team's missing the playoffs. He goes to Richmond thinking that he's the heir apparent behind Ricky Holberman. We're still winning. We got rid of him. We got rid of James Monroe, our two best players. We're still winning without him. He's going to miss the playoffs yet again, and he's regressing hard. So, yeah, I think that San Antonio really bit the bullet there. They might have lost in the trade, for sure. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. I haven't really been paying attention to that, so let's see what you guys have been saying here. Let's see. Maroon shots. This is sequestral. Maples always fall flat at the end of the year. It's true. Orlando struggles. Got to be pitching unless their lineup isn't clicking. We can take a look at that. Boston should be selling. Everyone's had Duckworth. Yeah, he's making a bunch of rounds. Only trade I can think of is Rex, says Nova. Give Duckworth another team. Zaza is the future, says Sequestral. Okay, so Duckworth is gone. Duckworth has more hats. So he's just looking for hats. That's apparently what he's doing. Duckworth needs an NL squad. AL just doesn't work for him. It's true. He's been, kind of like, Duckworth needs to play for every team. Yep. Man, Houston looks so cool, says Sequestral. Well, they got Jay Kinney, so they don't need Duckworth. But I guess he could be a DH. Bandits robbed his career. Yeah, you can. The jokes write themselves, man. The jokes write themselves. You know what? He stole a bunch of money from Richmond. So, you could argue. We sent him out there to San Antonio to be stolen. His career stolen away. Yep. Josh Adams keeps doing that to me. I boost him, then he comes back down. I boost him, he comes back down. Yeah, it might be a waste. Might be a waste of channel points there, Josh. Upgrade time is a very fun time. Justice keeps regressing on me too, says Sequestro. Okay. All right. Well, Colorado could be a team that sells. Let's take a look at what they've got going on here. They're 7th ranked, though. And their best players are under 30, except for Dixon. He was a free agent sign. Lorenz might be a guy that gets moved. The dude hit 214. CC Chavez, 31 years old. That's crazy to see CC Chavez is now 31 years old. Wow. That's nuts, dude. 31. And you're starting to see the regression. So it's weird because we're going to now get into the stage where a lot of those dudes that were the dudes of the league might be the dudes that get passed along again. Like CC Chavez. By the time he hits 33 years old, he might be just another guy. Another guy that just gets moved to a playoff contending team. It's crazy. How much money is he making? $2.8 million. This is the last year on contract. He's probably going to be asking for a ton of money, but I don't know what team would pay him all that money because he's not hitting for a lot of power. His power is coming down. He had 20 home runs. That was his best year. This is a career year in year 2 of this league. And then ever since, he's just starting to regress. But fortunately for Colorado, they do have a lot of young guys coming up. But there's a couple players that they could possibly think about moving, and maybe it is CC Chavez. Maybe they do give up on their guy. Then again, they don't really have any other options here. They got Freddie Del Villar, whoever that is, a deep potential player. Maybe they make a trade for another catcher. Like somebody's got to have a youthful guy, right? But 31-year-old catcher, Maybe you could shift over to first base, but you got Paxton. You got Chubong over there too. I don't know. CC is kind of like the backbone of this team. So that would be saying goodbye to a Colorado legend if you move on from CC Chavez. But it's an option. It is an option. He's probably the one dude that could fetch you good value now, worse value later if you try to trade him later. It's kind of like the Matthew Stafford thing for the Lions. You know? They waited. I think they waited too long. But it ended up working out for them anyway, didn't it? They got Goff and all those picks, and yeah, it worked out for them. Reapers. They've been a part of the trade day shenanigans for a couple seasons, but their youth is really starting to come around. I think next year's probably their year to come back. They got George Cruz is only a 28-year-old player. Ferrari is their best guy at 97. They got Haas. They got, let's see, who else? Angel Hernandez is coming up too. Justin Jeffrey. But they are starting to reach that 30-year-old mark, aren't they? They're hitting their prime, 28, 29, 30. But from that point, they might be starting to fall off. So they might have, their window might be 1 or 2 seasons where they're actually competitive, and then they might be falling back off again. So maybe they might want to sell some of these pieces like Avalos. He's 30 years old at an 80. Maybe a playoff team could use a guy like that. Good speed, clutch hitter. He's come through a lot for Phoenix. Maybe a guy like that gets moved. Maybe a guy like Elliot Cora could be a dude at 31. A team that's looking for some more pitching. Like he could be a guy in the middle of the rotation. He kind of seems to have lost his groove there as a starter. So he might be a guy you move on from. Anybody that is not really a part of your long-term plans might be good to sell and jump ship from. Get some youth back. Might be a good move for Iowa. Let's see. Anybody else here? We talked about Pittsburgh. We kind of looked at the pizzazz a little bit. Boston. Mighty Beavers. I don't know, guys, about the Mighty Beavers. I just don't really want... look at how youthful that they are. Deals, Yoshio, Rodriguez, Fortuna, Trumblin, Kidd, Ward. I don't know why they're bad. Stephen Goldie might be a guy, 34 years old. What can you get for him? Right? Gary Bowers, 30 years old. Dude's never really had much of a chance. Look at the number of games that he plays. He doesn't play. Right? He's not a normal, like a regular starter. He's got a lot of speed, good fielder, good defensive replacement guy. Who needs something like that? Right? Shackelford, 31 years old. Do they have other options at third base? They got Yoshio right there. They don't really need him. Joe Cotter in the background. He's a nice hitter. He's never really had a chance either. Played 1 year, 33 games, 1 year, 25 years old. With a potential, maybe he should have been called up a few seasons ago. But maybe Shackelford gets moved on from. Maybe a team likes him. Cotter could get in there, get a little bit of extra playing time. So, yeah, there's some moves to consider. But I'm anxious now to hear from you guys here, too. Is Carolina on the trading block? Says War Thunder. CC probably hitting free agency here, too. Says, yep, he is. Rico, yep. Let's see. Yeah, why is Vancouver so bad? Geriatric? Yeah, it is probably just a tough division there, Sequestro. What's Vancouver's pitching looking like? Let's take a look there. We got Deals, Warren, Goldie, Woods, and Pedroza. Pedroza's kind of old. Goldie's old. Everybody else is pretty young. So I do like their pitching in the future here. Derek Dooley, 25. Turley, he's got a 79B. Yeah, they could use another like stud arm, if you will, another youthful arm. But yeah, so I'm kind of anxious to hear what you guys are thinking here. Any players that you think should be on the way out? Like, do you know the rosters kind of inside and out a little bit? I know that I have a really good feel for it because I'm in here a lot. You guys have lives to live. I don't. The swing, for example, like, they could probably get rid of Russell France. this guy's never really, I don't know, he's solid. He's never really taken it to the next level. He's 30 years old. Maybe they keep him. Maybe McCallum. McCallum, though, he just came over here from Phoenix. He just came over. Has never really played, though, either. Played 162 games for Phoenix in year 3. A lot of games in 2024. But ever since then, he's just not really been a guy. David Valentine is 23 years old. Little log jam there right behind him. Only 75 games. They are just kind of splitting some time there. But I kind of want to avoid trading so many people away off of New Orleans. Like, they're just the team that they're the farm team for everybody else. You know, that's kind of where I'm at with New Orleans. Atlanta barely made the playoffs, says Sports Game Josh. Shackelford, Duckworth for sure are out, says Vibes. Miami keeps falling short. Orlando's failing to make that leap. It's unfortunate. I mainly know too much high school football at this point, says Sequestral. The division just can't take down Richmond. The NL East, man, they can't find a way to get it done. The Moonshots, though, what is up with them? They got Von Dietrich with 276. Zuniga is actually turning into a really nice player. He was acquired from Seattle, if you guys remember that. There was a little bit of backlash with that trade that I was proposing, but he's ever since, like, he's really taken to this role with Miami, and he's actually turned into be a pretty good player. Sparbori, Cabrera, Ira Weeks having a really good year. Shartner, Banks, look at that, 291, young guy, young custom guy, taking his numbers to the next level here. Jesse Vogel, Ricky Herron. So their offense is not really what's driving their success. I think it's got to be the pitching. Rick White, Battle, Jordan's not been good, but Jimmy Roberson's been solid. They could use another arm, I think. So if any team is trading pitching, Miami might be a team that should call, I think. Because when you're going to go up against the good boys, you're going to need some good pitching. So how are the Sun Sox doing this? Look at this. They have a top 10 rank in everything except for speed. Contact, power, pitching, defense. I really thought the Sun Sox were going to do something this year, and they're just not putting it together. You got Fortuna hitting over 300 with 17 bombs at the leadoff spot. You got Torres at 296. Langston really regressing, guys. He's my dude. This is a guy who had 260 in year 1, his rookie year. Gets a couple upgrades. He's up to 322. Now he's down to 261. What's going on there, Marshall? Come on, man. They even added Mikey Porter. They added Josh Adams, who's having a good year, 281. I think that's a career high. Yeah, as of right now, that's a career high for Josh Adams. It could still go down. Ryan Berger they acquired, and he hasn't gotten it done. Like, look at what Berner's done. He's going to surpass his home run totals. He's probably going to get into this mix here. Just kind of what he's done, what he's always done. But he's failing to take the next leap. Kind of what Ricky Holberman was talking about from his criticism that he got from Ryan Berger. Indirectly. And KAJ. Directly. Berger hasn't taken the next step. He kind of called it out. Berner's kind of showing his ass right now. Josh. He's showing his ass. He's getting his ass burned up. Palazzo, 40 ribbies, 279. Caros, not doing too hot. Gregorio Gutierrez. Barreto, 270. Taj Mahal there. Luke Tenney. Luke Tenney. Remember Luke Tenney? He was a guy that I liked. I said Orlando needs him. Get him traded. Yeah, offense seems like it's okay. Pitching with Borgia, we got Drew Reed's 2-15. This guy needs to just lose his job at this point. But he's a 90 overall. How can you do it to him? Tony Stafford, Tommy Cummings, Caleb Matson. Yeah, their pitching is getting absolutely obliterated. Absolutely obliterated. I mean, it's the hits per nine for Madsen. It's the hits per nine for Cummings. He's at a 57. Stafford, there's really no reason why he stinks. I can't figure that out. But the walks per nine for Drew Reed, 52. That's why he stinks. And then their best pitchers, very good overall. Hits per nine, K per nine, walk per nine. The per nines are really good for Borgia. That's why he's having success. I don't know, guys. I don't know. The pitching is absolutely terrible for Orlando. That's why they stink right now. 90's on the bench. Barreto a 90. He's a platoon guy. He's a platoon. So if you go to lefties, if you go to lefties, he actually. Why is he hitting against lefties? Oh, that's Palazzo. Sorry. There you go. So he's got 98 power against lefties, 62 contact. Yeah. So you got Torres playing third against righties with 90 contact. And Palazzo at catcher, Mikey Porter DH. So, like, if Porter wasn't there, I think Barreto would play. But, yeah. Anyway. How's Strizik doing? We can take a look at your boy, Riker Sturzak. 5-1-7, 9-6, though. He's got a positive record. Not a terrible rookie season. He is progressing. Not a lot of walks. But he does give up a lot of hits. 123 innings pitched, 137 hits. More hits than innings pitched. Which doesn't really make a lot of sense. Given that he has a really good hit per nine at 81. But the home runs per nine, he has given up 21 home runs. It's kind of a lot to this point. But yeah, the pitch, I wish guys I could get the pitching figured out. Like if I had one thing to go to San Diego Studios about, I would complain my butt off about the pitching stats. Why are they so bad? Why is everything inflated? You're telling me that a number 3 starter has a 5 ERA and it just doesn't stop? Like Rivera has a 5.6 through 103 innings. McClendon has a 5.1 with a 1.60 whip. Like these are awful numbers. If you had that with 108 innings, you would get demoted. Like you're going to the bullpen. Like these are not numbers. These aren't good numbers. So that's my one complaint. How about Richmond? What are we doing here? Kingston 313, Gonzo 258. Ricky's still doing well, although the batting average is starting to dip off. Benny Blanco 243. Not doing so hot in the average, but you know what? I will take that, especially with the power. I'll take that for sure. Good progression there. Losing 2 with contact, but progression everywhere else is good. He's reaching career high numbers. He's got 95 games played, 28 home runs, career high. Cutting down on the strikeouts. OBP is higher up. Yeah, man, Benny Blanco is the future. That's awesome to see. Chris Addison, he's all right. Clifford Durham, that was a huge get, guys. That was a get from San Antonio. Love this piece that's been added. Remember, we got rid of Brady Dunn, and this spot opened up. Clifford Durham's been a really good player. He kind of took a little bit of a back seat there for a couple years, right? He started to grow. And then 26, he was good. 2027 kind of got a little dip off there. And Richmond believed. Richmond believed in Clifford Durham. San Antonio did not. They're like, well, he's making a little bit too much money there at 1.3. We can skim out. We can skimp out there. 5 years of service. Yeah. We got a good deal on Clifford Durham. 13 bombs for Quevedo. We got to get the batting average up for Quevedo. Mejia hitting 270. He's been a solid little player. LeVar Rowe, 11 bombs. Samuel Wilson. Man, Sam, you're doing it just like your brother, man. 217. What's up? Doby, 301. Boucher, doing fine. Rusty Perry. Offense looks pretty good. Fukamore 4.7, Feliz 4.6. I expected worse from Feliz, to be honest with you. So I'm a little surprised there. Van Montgomery, a rookie, 4-7, 4.38. Darren Kern is 11-2. This guy is insane. 16-4, 32 games started, 11-2. Like who is this dude? Like, okay, that's what I don't understand. Why is a guy like this putting up these types of numbers? But then you go again to Atlanta and you got Trig Matthews out here with a 3.97 or Aiden Myhill, those numbers. But you come over here and you look at Darren Kern and he's just slicing people up. It doesn't make any sense. Piazza's terrible. I don't get it, man. And then look at Rich Norman. Look at his numbers. 57 K per 9. 66 hits per 9. But he's out here just eating people alive. 134 innings pitched. Nuts, dude. Nutsos. Kaufman has not been very good. Skarsgård's been amazing. 33 saves in 35 games. Only 2 blown. Great numbers, man. Great numbers. So, I mean, guys, that's pretty much it. That's all I got here for tonight. It's kind of nice just to get a little update and see where we're at standings-wise, who might be some trade bait, who might be some sellers and some buyers. Darren Kern is just simply him, you know? Darren the Colonel Kern. Oh, my God. Awards races? Yep, we could look at awards races. But, I mean, this is pretty much all I got tonight. I will have a separate video posted probably like midweek next week, like on a Wednesday or something. And it's going to show you guys the Google form for all the trade proposals that I'll put together. And you guys will be able to vote on that. Again, it'll close pretty quickly. We'll do a really quick turnaround. It'll close up. And then on Friday, we're going to get a trade day video showing you guys what trades went through. We'll do a little like month simulation. We'll do all of August. I'll reveal to you guys the best draft picks from this past draft. And then for the next stream, probably more like an upload, not a stream. So I'm kind of confusing myself here. So let's do it this way. Ready? Next Wednesday, I'll have a video showing you guys the form and the propositions and the trades and kind of like the rationale of why I think that this trade should go through. You guys will vote yes, you'll vote no inside that Google form. That'll be Wednesday. Then that Friday, we'll do a trade recap. I'll show you guys what trades went through, which ones were declined, rejected. And then we'll do a August sim. We'll set it up for the next episode, which will be the following Friday, which will be talking about the playoff push. So we'll do a little bit more sim. We'll do a little playoff push, and if it does get to some really like dramatic spots, then we'll get it. We'll do that in live stream, and then before you know it, we'll be in the playoffs. So that's how that'll work. I notice it's hilarious. Every time I start talking about schedules, people fall off. It's constant. Except I always tell myself, do it anyway. You know what's going to happen, but do it anyway. I just got to stop doing it. It happens all the time. I was talking about schedules, people just completely just lose their minds. It's like, oh, I can't handle it. Goldie, just get to the content. I don't care. Whenever you upload, it's whenever you upload. Yeah, whatever. I got to tell you guys what to expect. YouTube's not... I do it for a reason. YouTube doesn't send you out the notifications. I'm looking out for you. You don't want to miss a thing. All right, MVP, Stoitz. Really, no surprise there, but Mazza at 327 with 3 less home runs and 5 less RBIs. I'd probably consider Mario Mazza. I really would. It's really become a battle. Look at the last 3 seasons. Stoitz last year, Mazza the year before, Stoitz the year after that, the year before that. And now we got Stoitz and Mazza again. So, like, these guys just keep going back and forth. Jimbo is right up there as well, hitting 293. And he's really kind of come around, hasn't he? Really come around. He's been a really nice player. Brolo leading the way. Mashburn is in second, and Joey Bing. It's mostly because of the home runs for Mashburn. That batting average, to me, doesn't signal MVP, but now you get Bing in there at a 311 average, 25 home runs. He's looking good too. Cy Young, or Best Pitcher Award, Cody Finney, 15-2 with a 3.65. They love wins. They love wins so much that they would award a guy at 3.65 and 90 strikeouts over a dude like Kix Deals, who's 11-4 with a 1.99 ERA and 28 more strikeouts. Me personally, I'm probably giving it to Kix Deals. That ERA is sparkling. Like, you can't really do too much about the wins and losses. You just got to put your team in the best positions. And for the most part, he has a 1.99, a sub-2 ERA at the halfway point. That's probably my pick. But they like Cody Finney, so it is what it is. Spencer Clark, 3.2, 1 ERA. Bellamy Bloodworth tying him up. Me, again, same winning record, 13-2, less ERA, 4 less strikeouts. I'm probably giving it to Bellamy Bloodworth. That's kind of where my head goes. But Peterson has the most strikeouts of the three. Batting title, look at Freddie Foley. Wow, he was a New York pizzazz for a long time. And he's putting it together out there in Chicago. They're not having a very good year, but yeah, batting title there for Riley Barr. Is he playing every day? Only 89 games? I mean, yeah, I guess he is. We're halfway through. But 339 for Riley Barr. Why did I call him Brady? Brady Barr? Brady Barr. But, I mean, we've always known that Riley Barr can hit, but I didn't really see this coming. This kind of came out of nowhere, 339. Carter Williamson, this honestly did too. This came out of nowhere. Dude's been a beast for a while, just never really got much of a chance. Had a couple seasons there, year 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, year 3 got a chance. Little September call up. Actually, probably about halfway. Probably after the trade day in season 3. Got the call up at 296. Came back up to KC. Struggled. Got called down. So he's had a little bit of a road to get here, but 349 batting average halfway through the season. He's on fire. Andrew Donovan hitting very, very well, 345, and then Benny the Jet at 335. Not a lot of progression for Benny, but again, like you can see his natural progression. You got to wonder where the power went, but that's okay. You're not really supposed to be that power hitting guy. Steal bases, hit doubles. He had 51 last year, 5 triples this year. Good batting average. Reliever of the year, Patrick Rausch. That's incredible. .31. How many earned runs is that? 1. He's given up 1 earned run all year long in 29 innings. That's insane. He's unhittable. Skarsgård, we saw his stats. He's doing well out there with Richmond. Reed Hoffman, Alexi Jimenez, and Bill Donnellan. And then Rookie of the Year, Jordan Van, Justy Jeffrey, Milt Lantigua. Good numbers there. NL, Robert Horvath. Talked about that guy. Opening day. Dude's never had a chance, but comes up here, hits 23 home runs at 25 years old. CPU guy, by the way, not a custom. So it'll be interesting if we can get one of our custom guys here, Grant Warlock, to win that award. I don't know if he's going to do it, but he's got to get that home run total up. But, yep, there you go, guys. I don't really cover the Hank Aaron Award, but there it is for you guys. I don't really do gold gloves either or silver sluggers. Just kind of redundant after a while. You guys get the picture. Holy Roush is insane. Brady Dunn is The Brady bar. Speaking of Brady Dunn, let's just see how these trades for the good boys have worked out here. Where is Mr. Brady Dunn? How's he doing now? Yeah, 227. 34 games. But he's seen better years, man. He's seen better years, hasn't he? Brady Dunn. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm glad you're gone. I'm glad you're gone. Meanwhile, Bobby Smith, the guy we traded for. Look at, dude, guys. It's just GM of the year, man. GM of the year. Bobby Smith, 295. Hitting well down there in the minors. Gotta love it. Ronan Henderson down there in the minors. Could be a September call-up. Like playoff call-up. Brooks Nathan, guy we drafted last year, by the way. Custom dude, 75 overall, hitting 23 homers down at the AA level. Look at that. George Peralta, CPU dude. Vic Flutie, down there in the minors. Now, where's my boy here? Parker Kelly was not a good addition. It doesn't look like. Where's my boy? Hector Varnando. 4.22. I didn't want to rush him. He's my dude. He's actually my guy. He's one of my renames that I was able to upgrade and whatnot. 6'4". Look at that velo, man. Cutter, 4-seam change, and a sweeper. Only 20 years old. 82 overall. We're treating him like Jackson Jobe. We know he's got a good overall, but he could really help us. We don't really need him right now. We don't even need to rush him. Just continue to progress. Get up to like 85 overall, and then we'll call you up to the bigs, and then you'll be up here. But yeah, man, Richmond just managed well. Let's just call it what it is. They're just managed well. Dunn for Prez, his vibes. Brady Dunn for GGBL ambassador to Finland. Okay. Maybe we'll get some custom players from Finland later on down the road. So, guys, that's it. Like I said, watch. Now watch what happens. I got 10 viewers right here. Watch what happens. Next Wednesday, we will get the trade propositions, the trade proposals. Insider trading. Rico. God. So we will get a form, a Google form filled out. I'll make that up for you guys. I'll post it here in the community chat, the community tab, post, whatever it is, and then I'll post it also in Discord. You guys will fill that out. Tell me what trades you like, which trades you don't. That following Friday, so next Friday, literally next Friday, will be a video recapping the trades and the results. We're going to sim all the way to August 31st. See how those trades did. Well, that'll be in that upload. So we'll talk about the trades, what went through. Did they work? Did they help the team? Did they not? And that'll set up for September, which we'll cover in an upload, a playoff push upload on the following Friday. The following Friday will be another GGBL upload. And then from there, we'll get into the last week of the season and see what the standings look like, which honestly it looks like with the NL East, we got a lot of these crucial matchups coming up for the good boys and the Moonshots. Maybe Orlando gets on a little bit of a run there too. They're still very, very highly ranked. They could do it. Seattle's going to be tough too for Richmond. So, yeah, that'll be the following Friday after next Friday upcoming. And then over the weekend, if there's any games here, which I'm assuming there probably will be, going into game 161, game 162, then we'll get an idea for what we can live stream and have some fun with that series, with those games. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Leave a like if you like this thing. I will see you on an upload next Wednesday talking about those trades. And I'll also, like I said, I'll also have you guys take a look at the draft picks and who kind of the best players were there. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll make sure your channel points are posted inside that Excel sheet. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.